right now.
Okay. In 3, 2. Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to the inevitable monthly recording of the Geek Talk podcast. I am your host, Sean, with a special announcement. We have a official third person. But the third person will wait a second because I have to introduce my lovely co-host. Dude, wake up. It's you.
Oh, just kidding. Alan, hi!
Alan?
Yeah.
Shall we introduce our new co-host?
No, I think we can wait a minute.
Oh, minute's up.
Okay. Wait for it. Okay, we can introduce her now.
Making her inaugural debut on the Geek Talk podcast, someone who is a really good friend of mine. She is a fantastic artist. She's Gary Chalk's right-hand woman, or Girl Friday, whatever one you want to put it. The lovely, the beautiful Candice Centora.
Hi. Hi, hello. I was just about to leave because you guys were taking so long.
Okay.
See?
The crickets.
Yeah.
The cricket.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
now we have a tripod of a podcast. There's three
Tripod.
of us.
Tripod!
A three-wheeler.
Three-wheeler.
No, tripod. That's the magic word today. Every single time someone says tripod, you have to yell.
No. Here's the thing. Anytime someone says tripod during this podcast, you take a drink. Tripod.
All right. Shots. I don't think we have legal rights for this song.
No.
Yeah, that's 6%. I can only say shots 7 times.
Yeah. So, before we get started, Candice, tell us a little about yourself so people who don't listening to the podcast don't know who you are. If that makes sense.
Well, I'm originally from England, and Hello.
Hello, Governor.
That was great.
I live in the beautiful Pennsylvania.
Full of potholes.
Candice,
Yes,
I have a
potholes.
question for you.
Pennsylvania.
I have a question for you. Do you like crumpets?
Crumpets? Yes, I do. I do.
Wunderbar.
And tea. A spot of tea with a spoon. I need my spoon for my tea.
But what if you don't have a spoon with your tea?
Oh gosh, all our UK listeners are going to kill me.
Then I chug.
Chug.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, so she hails from Pennsylvania, and then what?
And then I am one out of 4 kids. So I have 3 siblings. I have 2 cats that if you hear one meowing like right now, I can't do anything about it. He's a Siamese. He talks.
Oh, that's
I'm
not
allergic
Stark.
to cats. I'm allergic
That
to
is
cats,
Stark.
though.
That is Stark? Okay.
He will talk. I have 2 sisters and 1 brother. Or sometimes I say I have 3 sisters because he's just... That's what I say.
It happens when you grow up with girls. If you're a guy with a whole bunch of girls, you're gonna turn into a girl. That's what happened to me.
It happens, yeah.
Yep.
Not only
I
that,
take care of my own nails. I know how to do my hair. It happens.
you just become
See?
that much more fabulous.
No, you said that wrong. I'm sorry.
Okay,
but you said that wrong.
You become that more fabulous.
There you go. Okay.
See,
You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it right.
Yeah. One of the things I will say this: the reason how me and Candice met was through a mutual friend of ours.
Yes.
The wonderful John Bailey.
John Bailey.
Jingleheimer Schmidt. His name is my name too. I watched him interview her on his show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I started talking with her, and it's just me and her clicked really well.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah?
we did.
Because we're nerds.
Yes.
And that's the thing about the Geek Talk podcast. This is the home of everything geeky and good
And nerdy.
and nerdy.
Woo! And
I like
super
nerdy.
awesome.
And super awesome and,
Well, that's just sometimes.
just sometimes. We do get serious on here, we do have fun, and we also poke the bear.
Poke the bear.
Poke the bear. You have to
poke the bear.
poke the bear. It's like me and some friends were trying to get into radio, and we wanted to do a talk show, and one of the things is we were going to send a guy out to poke things with a stick.
Oh my.
We actually wanted to send him to Gatorland to poke an alligator with a stick.
Oh my god, have you called Gatorland and listened to their voicemail?
After Gabriel Iglesias said it?
Yes!
Yes, I did.
I looked for their number and I listened to it and I laughed. I actually selected number 2 for Spanish.
Tell her what it does.
Okay, so when you call Gatorland, it's this weird little intro guy saying, you know, oh, this is phone Gatorland, blah, 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 blah. Click 2 for Spanish. You click 2. I don't know a single bit of Spanish, but you'll love this park.
That's Florida for you, folks.
Mind you, I'm paraphrasing, but it is awesome.
But
I suggest you call Gatorland right now.
The coolest thing about Gatorland is...
After you subscribe. Call Gatorland after you subscribe. That's the only way to work.
The coolest thing about Gatorland, though, is the entrance to the park.
I've never been to Gatorland, so...
The Gatorland park, I've never been. My sister's been. When she was a wee lass on the knee of my grandfather. In the Highlands of Scotland.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
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 Oh, if you're from Scotland, why are you saying yeah?
I don't know. Excuse me, my haggis is burning.
Your haggis is burning because I set it on fire!
Oh, Lord. But the entrance is you walk into the park through a gator's mouth.
Lovely.
Which they had to rebuild not too long ago because it caught fire. And that was the only thing that burnt down was the mouth.
That was you, wasn't it, Sean?
Oh, thank God they don't know his name.
Hey,
That's
look,
loud.
a distraction. I've always wanted to go because supposedly at one time they had I think it was a 20-foot crocodile.
Ooh.
And I'm just like,
Oh.
I want to break into Gatorland with the people I hate and just feed it to the crocodile. Hey,
Oh my God.
Tell me, does this hurt when a crocodile bites you?
No, I don't feel it. Oh, no, wait. Something feels warm. Nope, I don't feel anything.
Oh, that was just you wetting your pants.
Oh, that's what that is.
It's like if somebody is that calm when a crocodile come up to them, they're like, okay, I have to save you. You're just too dang calm. But
Hello, crocker.
So let's
Let's dive right in.
no, let's not
ladies
dive
and
in. I
gentlemen.
just want to know how was y'all's week's been?
Okay. It was terrible. My haggis got burnt. No, okay.
My haggis, not your haggis.
Oh, that's your haggis. Your haggis got burnt, so my week was terrible.
Your
It was
sausage
my
and
food for the week.
your sausage and sauerkraut get burnt.
Scheiße.
Well, don't tell us. Did you tell us about that zoo you went to that only had the dog in it? You know, because it was a Shih Tzu. I think I made a joke that killed him.
No, you made a terrible joke.
And you're just shaking your head, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's like, oh God, no.
Okay, so my week was great. I spent a lot of time doing something I should not talk about, which I will not talk about.
I told you to quit doing the drug running.
No, not drug running.
Knew
No,
it.
all seriousness, I did a few things that I'm not allowed to talk about because it's gonna scare a lot of people. So I'm not gonna talk about it. But I did spend a lot of time playing Legend of Zelda on my 3DS. I am very, very happy. I got my 3DS working again.
Candice, how about your week?
It was okay. It was okay.
How about that pothole? Is it still growing in size?
That pothole has been repaired, but it's kind of sinking now.
Oh Lord. See, that's the thing. In Florida, we get a pothole. Oh, that's nothing. No damage. But where Candice lives, the potholes are like, hey, look, we have to build a bridge across it.
That's a
Might as
pothole?
well. There's a road I go down. I wanted to record it because there's just there has to be like 100 potholes. Like they don't do anything. Nobody fixes them.
Legally change the name to Swiss Cheese.
Swiss Cheese Road. Perfect.
And what's bad is in some states, if you go out there, well, I'm going to fill this thing up with dirt, they will arrest you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's laws.
Texas takes pretty good care of their roads.
Well, I can understand where Candice is from because, you know, she gets a ton of snow. And you get that water that gets in the concrete.
Yeah.
Well, it damages it.
Yeah. In Florida, we just get rain and hurricanes
Hurricanes. Well,
and mosquitoes that you can ride.
Oh wait,
that's a little scary.
wait, that sounds like Mexico.
No. There's a town, there's a city here in Florida called Pahokee. Their football field is next to a swamp.
Oh.
Let me guess. The best town high school is called the whatever Crocs.
I don't remember the name of the town. All I know is it was the year we played them, is the year we went undefeated in high school.
Damn.
And won the state championship.
Maybe. Wait, is it Crocs or alligators? I forget which one's in Florida.
Okay, well,
Alligators?
actually, in Florida now, there is a growing number of crocodiles, but they're in the swamps near nuclear power plants because the water is warm enough for them to survive.
Okay.
The winter.
Okay, so let's just say that in that city or town where, the football field is next to the swamp, the alligators catch the balls.
I wouldn't be surprised if the game gets called because there's an alligator in the field. We can't play today. Why? There's an alligator on the field. Well, move it. It's taking score. Well, then it can play. Give it a jersey and make it team captain. It's like here in. Did anybody see the news a while back when the 12-foot alligator decided to take a nap on the green by the hole here in the Florida golf course?
No.
It gets out of the water, goes up by the flag, and goes, my spot. Now here's the thing. If that's the case, do you, and if your ball lands on the alligator, do you follow the rules of play it where it lands, or can you get a mulligan? That's the...
I'm picturing Happy Gilmore right now.
He opens his mouth. All right, Crocky, stay still. Snap. Ah!
You took Chubbs' hand.
Chubbs.
No, and then when he like kills the alligator, like, look, Chubbs, I got you a present. The head, and somehow he just freaks out so bad that he flies out
and falls out the window. And who is that one golfer that makes the cameo every time? That's just there looking at Gil. I know him from somewhere. I just can't place him. You know which one I'm talking about? Like when Chubbs falls out the window, he just looks down at Chubbs and looks up at Gilmore and shrugs.
Yeah.
Great. I need to go to IMDb and find that out one day.
What I'm thinking is the guy who keeps calling him a jackass. Hey, Gilmore! You suck! Yeah,
You
jackass!
Right. Okay.
Speaking of Adam Sandler movies, did anybody see the trailer for Pixel?
Yes.
Oh my!
Pac-Man's evil?
I want to see it, even though I think they spoiled the whole thing with having the creator of Pac-Man in the trailer.
Yeah. Definitely spoiled the whole thing.
They shouldn't omitted that.
Yep.
What do you think, Candice?
Waka 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 waka.
And they played that sound. I'm like, yes, nerd moment. But I had someone said, this is just like that episode of Futurama.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought. That's what.
Yeah.
I don't care.
We're losing ships. Increase speed at lower altitude.
No, it's fire up, move left. He's shooting through our own shield.
They're shooting through their own shields. Increase speed at lower altitude.
But I saw it's Adam Sandler and Kevin James. I want to give it a go because unfortunately there's been a lot of bad movies by Sandler.
Oh,
we're not going to talk about Jack and Jill.
They went up the hill, right?
No, it's where he plays his own twin sister.
Oh, exactly. He went up the hill.
Yeah. But I will say, the movie him and Kevin James did, Grown Ups, that was a good movie.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
I haven't seen the second one, but the first one was, I enjoyed
brilliant.
It.
It should be illegal to have that many comedians in one movie, is what I said after I finished watching it.
And either that, or if you go to the theater, you have that many comedians on your way out, they should give you a fresh pair of underwear because you probably laughed yourself and went.
Or they should just give you a complimentary diaper.
Yeah, depends.
Yeah.
But a bump.
I don't know, man. A lot of shits and giggles went on in that movie.
It was. And I will say I also enjoyed 50 First Dates.
Yes, that was
Me too.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
It's a shame that no man would actually do that. I know I would, but everyone else would be like, yeah, I would. 5 dates in, I want to get laid!
I'm afraid that's the problem with some of the culture nowadays. Is it's all about getting some. I'm like, you know, after you get some, you gotta have communication. It's. I think.
Yeah.
I think that's how I was raised.
Mm-hmm.
I was raised as a proper young gentleman in England.
Oh, you're from England too.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
What part?
Oh,
Damn it, Bobby.
London.
I'm from.
Damn it, Bobby. Who told you you could invite your friends in here?
You did wrong.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
Dang it, Bobby.
Hold on. Damn it, Bobby. Who told you you could invite your friends here without telling them about propane? I'm all about propane. About propane. No kidding. Damn it, Bobby. I'm all about propane.
Okay.
About propane.
I don't have rights to that song, even though it's a parody.
I know.
It's,
All right.
oh, it's kind of like I read this webcomic called "Looking for Group," and it's you have an elf, an undead wizard, I think she's a troll, and a dwarf. In this party, you also have a panther, and the best thing is the undead wizard has this purse that's kind of like the TARDIS, because inside he has a dragon and a kraken. Well, in the comics, in the newer episodes, he's taking care of this baby dragon person. Well, he goes to attack a giant with the baby on the end of a stick. And he says, the dragon goes, "Is that a baby on the stick?" "Yes, it is a baby on the stick. Kind of like a mace, a baby mace. A base. Because, it's all about that base." I'm like, really? You went there? Just like in the thing they start singing, this song was able to give our people strength and hope and gives them the power to go through battle. I will sing it as we fight, okay? You sit in there and you see her playing the lute, and all of a sudden you start reading the lyrics. "I'm never going to give you up. I'm never going to let you down.
I'm never gonna turn around
I'm like,
and
this
desert you."
comic just rickrolled us.
Actually, we just rickrolled everyone.
Yes.
Winning.
Winning.
You rickrolled everyone so bad that my anti-malware is actually freaking out here. It keeps telling me that Skype is an infection.
Way to go,
it's
Sean.
because I haven't had all my shots.
Damn it, Bobby.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to talk about, what's going on in Indiana right now? That's a proverbial shitstorm that's going on.
Shitstorm is, and
yeah.
this is my opinion,
Is an understatement?
a very, very understatement.
Okay, for all those that don't know, the governor of Indiana, who is a brilliant man,
He's a genius of his time.
signed a bill. It's a law, right?
Yes.
It's a law. And if I remember right, it's the Religious Protection Law or something? But basically, it gives businesses the right to refuse service to gay and lesbian couples.
It's Indiana's religious freedom law.
Okay.
Fell off the stupid tree, according to NBC.
And I think all three of us can agree, it's legalized discrimination.
Yep, it is. Hands down.
And here's the thing, and I will say this, I don't care what you believe, what your religion is, treating people differently isn't the way to go.
No.
We're all put on this earth we should all live together. We should all be in peace and harmony. We should all get drunk together because when you're drunk, you can care less. Look at the Irish. They had the perfect society until somebody invented Guinness.
Hey, don't be hating on Candice.
What am I saying? For St. Patrick's Day, I had cereal and I didn't use milk. I used Guinness. If that's not Irish, especially since it was a bowl of Lucky Charms. I was wearing green, eating Lucky Charms, swimming in Guinness. I couldn't get any more Irish if I tried. Unless if I was punching a leprechaun in the face. Give me your gold, you bastard!
I don't have gold, I gave it to the government!
That's how I became a citizen! No. But, no. Back to the topic. We like I said, we like to give levity and humor with everything. But it's like I read a little bit more of it. It says, "Oh no, that's not it. It's just that catering services and churches and stuff don't have to provide service to gay and lesbian couples if it's against their religion." I'm like, that's discrimination.
I'm just waiting for the Supreme Court to come around and say, excuse me, over there, Indiana? Yeah, everyone in power there is fired.
No, well, they can't do that.
I wish they could.
But
they need to be fired.
Now here's the thing. And I ran this scenario by a couple of people at work, and they fully agree with me. What's to stop a Muslim businessman to come in and set up business and refuse service to Christians? They will start going, well, they can't do that. They can under that law.
Yep.
True.
It's a very cluster of a law that's going to blow up in people's faces.
As a matter of fact, it's already blown up in their faces. Look at what happened with Gen Con.
Gen Con will no longer be going back to Indiana. And for all those who don't understand, Gen Con is this huge gamer convention. And that brings in millions of dollars of tax revenue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Billions.
Yep.
You know, it brings in money. They've just lost millions of dollars right there. And there is another, what's it, $40 billion company?
Yep.
Do you remember what the name of it was?
Don't. I will find it right now.
Well, they had just recently bought this Target electronics company in Indiana. They spent a few million on it.
Salesforce is one of them that's abandoning all future Indiana plans following the passage of SB 101. That is what it is illegally called.
Now, the head of the company, the CEO, went to Twitter and said, okay, because you've done this, I am no longer going to refer customers or employees to Indiana.
Yeah, they just recently bought a cloud computing... they're a cloud computing company, and they bought an email marketing firm called Exact Target in 2014. Yeah, there you go.
Now, there you go. That's another chunk of money that's going to come out there. Now, I was also talking to a friend of mine that lives in Indiana, and he says there's a lot of people that support this law, but there's also a lot more that does not, that will not be enforcing it. Now, what's going to happen, I feel, to either get it repealed or get it taken completely off the books, you're going to have to see them hit the state where it hurts, in the wallet. Yep.
It's already happening.
Yep.
I mean, right now their budget is set. Their budget is going to renew, God, I don't know when. Most states, their budgets renew every 1 year. So, come next year, they're going to see major cuts everywhere.
Yeah, and I will say, Indiana brought it on themselves. The governor decided, hey, I don't care what happens to my state. We're going to do this for the people, and we think of the children. Kids nowadays are more open-minded than you think. They're also smarter than you think. My great niece got a hold of my phone, and she was watching YouTube.
Candice, do you have anything to say? Explain yourself, woman.
I don't know what to say. I was agreeing with you guys.
But I mean, like, what do you think? What is your take on that law?
I think it's ridiculous. I am all for equality, and I don't think it's right.
Yeah.
It's
And-
ridiculous.
And the worst part is that if this passed in Indiana, what doesn't stop other states, other governors from saying, you know what, let's try this here?
Because I think a lot more governors are more like, well, we're seeing what's happening. You're losing all these businesses. We want our money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. You're gonna see more businesses pull out. You're gonna see more people leave Indiana. Indiana's probably gonna become a ghost town. The whole state, ghost town. Well, then
I know
what we
I
can
would
do,
leave.
What we do is then we level Indiana. We level all the cities. And we turn it into one big prison.
Yes, I agree.
And
Let's do that.
we do that. We put every prisoner there. And we put TV cameras everywhere. And put it on pay-per-view. And use that money to balance the budget.
I agree to this.
It's
The
like,
TV show will be called Prison Wars.
Prison Wars.
No.
Who will gain
Like a
control
reality
of that
show.
1 mile?
okay, wait. Here it is. And you set up a section where the prisoners can try to break out. And you can title it Prison Break in real life. If they can successfully navigate through the 50-some-odd death traps, they deserve the right to walk.
Unless if they're psychos.
Well, then
Then we'll just, rig their last test.
Well, no. If they're psychotic, we can give them jobs in government.
Oh.
Good to hurt. But this isn't a political podcast. This is a geek podcast. And one thing I want to talk about was Gen Con about doing this. When I was just like, Gen Con could go to any state they want. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we end up moving it to California.
Yep.
Because-
Actually, they should move to Texas.
But you're there, Alan.
Exactly.
That's where Alan is. Oh.
For Human Gamers is here.
We're not going to create the convention. We're not big enough yet. I'm going to make a convention about salted pork products and call it Bacon.
Oh, God.
Everybody comes in and their package is a box of selected of different types of bacon.
What about...
And at the end of the convention, there's going to be enough ambulances to revive the people who've had heart attacks.
And, I got one. I got something you can put in Bacon. I can't help but not laugh when I say that. Bacon. Okay, so here's a panel. So let's just say you get a handful of people who really know their bacon. And what you do is you put them to the test, and they try real bacon and bacon and see which one is real. Give me a second, I'll be right back.
I've had the soy bacon. I wanted to punch the person who made me try the soy bacon.
Soy bacon?
Yeah. Meatless bacon.
I was gonna say, is it like a vegetable bacon?
It's made out of soybeans.
Soybean, interesting. I never heard of that.
I've had vegetarian lasagna. Love that stuff. It is awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
I've had vegetarian chili on a hot dog.
Hey! Well, of course, we don't know what hot dogs really are, so.
I say Bob Boss's own hot dogs factories, and we're just eating their enemies.
Okay.
I have a ring in my hot dog. I didn't know they had prizes. Makes you wonder if they're kosher. But yeah, I love. There's certain things vegetarian I like, and there's meat. I love meat. I have pork chops in my refrigerator that I will be grilling tomorrow. They're marinating right now. I love to grill, especially during the summer. Actually lowers my electricity bill grilling.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because you're not cooking the stove, you're not heating the house, you're not having to turn your air conditioner up to 65 degrees so you can chill your house because your kitchen is a sauna.
It's an inferno.
Inferno! Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the top.
Oh, speaking of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
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 The Terminator.
Has anybody seen the trailer for his new movie, Maggie?
Yes.
Have you seen the new trailer for the new Terminator movie?
No. We've seen that, but I want to talk about Maggie. Maggie, I want to say, I really want to see this movie.
Do you now?
It's his daughter, played by Abigail Breslin,
Yes.
contracts the zombie virus. But it's like unlike normal zombie viruses that like World War Z that takes 13 seconds to infect you.
Yep.
This one slowly infects you
Oh no.
to the point.
That's the worst kind.
And they said they tell him after a set amount of days you have to get her in quarantine. So they start quarantining these people that have the virus. And just by seeing the trailer, because he wants to protect his daughter. He wants to do whatever he can as a father for her. I'm just like, I want to see how well Schwarzenegger can act.
I want to see his true acting potential,
I do.
not just beefy macho man.
And speaking of which, I've seen actors that have done the action movies all their lives that can actually act and actually pull off some really good roles. And then you have some of the actors and actresses that have been doing, they start out doing like the action movies and the comedy movies, and then like do a bunch of the art films, and and gotten back into action movies that turned out to be really good. I'm going to give the best example, John Wick.
Ooh.
With Keanu Reeves. Did anybody here besides me watch that movie?
Just you, bro.
Okay. It's an awesome movie, and it really shows that Keanu Reeves, being in his 50s, or he's even in his 60s.
Old?
He's up there.
He doesn't age. He
He's
doesn't age.
He's a freaking
That's the thing
vampire.
that confuses you. He doesn't age.
He's a vampire. Actually pulled off the action role, doing a lot of his own stunts. Like the same thing with Tom Cruise with the new
Mission Impossible?
Yeah. That scene where you see him holding on to the side of an airplane as it's taking
That's him.
off. That's not green screen.
That plane is actually taking off.
Yeah, and he's holding on to the side of it.
And he's yelling at his agent over his Bluetooth saying, "Why did you get me into this?"
Well, they showed a shot from the ground. He's strapped in. They removed the strap. But he's hanging on the side of this airplane. I'm like, the dude's almost 60 and he's doing that? Good for you. You might be nuts, but good for you.
And you know what? I have another good example for this. For an actor, especially, it's harder. It's hard for, action people to go into serious roles, but it's a lot harder for comedians to go into serious roles as well, because all you see is funny out of them. Adam Sandler was one of those people. Like, he moved into 50's First Dates might not be like a serious role, but it's a serious enough movie.
That was a rom-com.
Yeah. But the one actor who really pulled it off very well, and bless him, may he rest in peace. But not John Williams. It's again. Oh my God, I forgot his name.
Name me the movie.
World's Best Dad.
Oh, Robin Williams.
Robin Williams. Thank you. I was thinking Williams. Yeah, Robin Williams. Like, he moved. What Dreams May Come, Patch Adams. There were a lot of serious movies that he did, but he also did comedy.
I will say, What Dreams May Come, after he passed away, I watched that movie. I mean, it's such... The visuals of that movie are just so fantastic, and it shows that he can act fantastically. Yeah,
and I know we've already talked about Robin Williams, so I'm just going to say this. You're not going to see new age actors doing what these old age actors did. Like, they're trained differently, They're more personal. They really get into their character.
Yeah. It's also kind of like how the Disney crew, when they got out doing the Disney movies, they went to do all these really weird movies to try to get out of the role of, I'm the Disney sweetheart, I'm a goody person.
And I think that's a problem, because they're starting off with the bases. I mean, if you're gonna go for acting, don't put yourself into one category.
Don't go from being in a Disney movie to a R-rated movie where you get naked.
Exactly. Like Like Lindsay Lohan's I Knew Who Killed Me. Like I watched that movie. I found it on TV and I was like, yeah, Lindsay Lohan, let's see what she's doing. I sat there and I almost fell asleep twice.
Yeah, it was a good premises of a movie, but it was poorly executed.
Yeah, like her acting was just off and on, especially when she's trying to play her twin sister. Like she did it before. She did it before perfectly. She's doing it now and it's just all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, Parent Trap was fantastic. It was
hands down.
Yeah. Herbie, we won't talk about.
Wait, what movie?
Never mind.
Exactly.
That movie never happened.
That bad, huh?
Yeah. Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when you see a VW bug in a NASCAR race,
you know that thing can't go 0 from 120 in 4 seconds. It'll do like 7 seconds and it'll like die. It'll go,
Alan, it's just a movie.
Alan takes everything too seriously.
You take everything too seriously.
It's like when they said it was going to be the last Nolan movie. I had to talk him off the ledge.
You know what? I'm pulling out my Magic the Gathering dice. I'm going to roll for insults. I need higher than 18.
Oh, look, a 0.
Son of a bitch, 15. Your move.
I rolled a natural 20. You're now a frog.
Son of a bitch. Ribbit. Ribbit. So, I do want to talk about something real quick that I'm very excited about. I like to play Magic the Gathering. I am a wizard. No, not really. I don't play D&D. I've been playing Magic a lot. I've been playing it since I was 14. I'm very excited about it, very passionate. I just put down like $20 for a fat pack. The new Dragons of Tarkir. We have dragons now. I'm very, very excited. And I am happy to say that I got 2 mythics in the very, very rare cards. Nice. In my booster packs. I am so excited. Yeah. I have like 5 dragons now.
This is cool because I was at Walmart the other day talking with one of the employees because I was looking for some of the new figures. Yes, I'm almost old and I still buy toys. Bite me.
Where?
Shut up. But we got to talking about gaming and stuff like that, and she said, yeah, my daughter's into My Little Pony, and we played the My Little Pony game. She goes, that game is so complicated that to play one card, you have to have 4 other cards. And it was the card game was designed that you had to keep constantly buying cards every day just to be able to play the game.
This sounds vicious.
And she said her daughter's 4. They started letting her play Magic the Gathering, and she got it quicker and understood it faster than the My Little Pony game.
Way to go!
I said, parenting done right.
Yeah! I know I want to get my son.
Right. I
want to get my son into Magic the Gathering, even though my girl says, no, don't do it. I don't want you and him to spend $300 a year on cards, but it's going to happen.
It's not $300 a year, it's $300 a month.
I would actually drop, if I had the money, I would buy just when the new sets come out, I'd buy just a box of booster packs on discount from a guy I know. He gives them to me cheap. It's less than $100.
Question, Alan, did these things fall off the back of a truck?
No, they don't. He owns a comic book store and he sells them, and I ask him for favors and he's like, yeah, sure, and I buy my comics from him, so it's not like he can say no. It's a good friend of mine.
That's something else that's becoming a rarity. The brick and mortar comic book store.
Yep.
I mean, everyone's like, oh, it's better to go digital. It's more environmentally safe to do this and that. There's nothing like going to a comic book store, getting your stack, and feeling that brand new comic in your fingertips.
It's like books. I love the smell of a good book.
I mean, it's like, okay, does anybody here know the name of the guy named John Waters?
No.
You might know a movie of his. Hairspray.
Oh.
He's the one who came up with Hairspray.
Huh.
I never seen Hairspray.
John Waters he's like one of my favorite directors, and I watched his not a stand-up, but his one-man show talking about his life. He's very articulated. He's goofy as hell looking, But I want to sit to tell you how much I like this guy. I want to sit down and have a conversation with this guy. I like him that much, and he is a huge advocate of reading. He's like, you have to read, you have to enjoy a good book, devour a book. He said even if it's like a small a book of short stories, enjoy it because that's where creativity comes from. It makes you use your imagination to visually see what's going on in the book. But he also said this about people who dating. He says, if you go to somebody's house and you're hitting it off really nice, you go inside and they don't own any books, don't fuck them.
God.
It's like one of my favorite statements of his. I'm just like, I'm glad I own books. Speaking of which, my personal favorite book is actually getting turned into a movie. Alan, you know what book I'm talking about because I've told you thousands of times you needed to read it, and you finally got a copy of it.
What is it?
Ready Player One.
Yes, I got a copy of it with my first Loot Crate, which was a Valentine's Day present. Thank you, my loving and amazing girlfriend / mother of my child.
Is she in the room with you?
She is not.
You don't have to say all the nice things.
No, I do. She does a lot for me, and I do a lot for her, and I just I love my girlfriend. I want to call her my wife, but she's my girlfriend, and I get in trouble for calling her my wife.
Candice, I recommend you find this book and read it.
Yes.
If you can't find the book,
we will buy one for you.
Find the audiobook.
What is it? Ready
Player One.
Ready Player
One. I will tell you the author name as soon as I find my book.
If you find the audiobook, it's read by Will Wheaton.
Yes.
Nice.
I mean,
I need that now.
I actually have that on my computer. I can zip it and send it to you if you want.
I found my book. It's by Ernest Cline.
He is a fantastic author. Now, the greatest thing about this movie is who is set to direct. Steven Spielberg.
Oh, that's gonna be great. Wait, it's going to movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
The thing is I wonder how they're going to do the licensing.
Ow. Yeah, that's true.
Because in this book, it's full of 80s and 90s pop culture.
I'm pretty certain they can figure it out. By now, it's been more than 20 years.
I mean, you got talk about Family Ties TV show, video games, Voltron, Ultraman, Godzilla.
Look at it this way. Do you remember that TV show, Speed Racer Mark V?
Yeah.
Do you know how much he sold the rights for the movie?
How much?
$200.
Wow.
He sold the rights for that movie for $200 because he thought, well, no one's gonna want to watch this. Sure, you can have it. Do whatever you want with it. Just pay me.
Granted, the movie wasn't all that great.
Yeah, I mean the movie made like God knows how many millions because it wasn't very much.
I think it's because it was basically all going to act on a green screen.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had practical racetracks with practical effects for that, I think it would have done better.
Yeah. If it were much more realistic, I would have gone to watch it. Maybe a much more real life Mark V.
I mean, when they did the scene like they do in the cartoon, is where he slams on the brakes, drifts the car to the side, and jumps and flies out, lands and skids on his feet. They did that in the show. I'm like, you didn't have to do that. That's not physically possible.
Yep.
Just like Ramirez when he was getting hit by his own skull. This isn't physically possible. Red versus blue. Love that.
Yes. or Spaceballs. Get out of ultralight speed, but we can do it! And he just flies forward.
They're gone, Plaid.
Oh my god.
I love it in that scene. His helmets did it in. He's like, "Are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine." "Should we take a break?" "Okay." "Smoke them if you got them." Rick Moranis was awesome. Is awesome.
Yeah, he was. He's great. I haven't seen any of his stuff recently, though.
I think he's retired from acting.
Has he?
Yeah, I think so.
One of my favorite movies he did was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh my god, they're fantastic.
I mean, the puppetry of that movie was phenomenal.
Right.
I mean, for green screen for its time, it was fantastic. I mean,
Well, no, a
Like,
lot of it was
well-
practical effects too.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was like rebuilt. Oh my god, the cereal part though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did they get the water to look that white?
That wasn't water.
Oh god. Was it milk?
No.
Did they waste all that milk?
No.
Paint? Was it white paint?
I think
Those poor cows!
I think it was water mixed with a whitening agent.
Oh, he doesn't know.
I don't know. I'm just taking
Why do you even try? Why do you even?
because people said if you can bullshit somebody enough, you can forget what their question was.
What was my question?
I don't know.
Neither do
Hey, look, things. And now what you know.
I. And empaths.
Talking about movies that had phenomenal special effects at this time, The Dark Crystal.
Never saw it.
You've never.
What was the movie?
The Dark Crystal.
Never saw it.
See?
Okay, it could be that I'm a huge Jim Henson nerd. As
Oh
well.
yeah, I'm a big Jim Henson nerd.
It was a movie. It's like, you know, he went from the Muppets to the Dark Crystal, and it was a really dark, foreboding world that was just beautifully done to the point where you the writing was phenomenal. The puppetry, it's just, I recommend finding that movie, watching it.
I never even heard of it.
I mean, he also did the puppetry work for The Labyrinth.
Yeah, I didn't know
True.
about that.
And I think a lot of women like that movie.
You know which movie I really like? Pan's Labyrinth.
Yes.
Never
Yes.
seen it. I've never seen it.
It might be like, you know, dubbed or you know,
I think
subtitled
it's
because it's in a different language,
Mhm.
but it is
Yeah.
phenomenal.
It's good.
The work on that
Mhm.
movie is fantastic. Oh, I need to own
I
that
think the
movie
reason
now.
I've never watched it is because from what I was told about the story, it just didn't interest me.
Oh no,
I'll-
you like the
okay.
story.
Okay, I'll tell you this. I will give it a watch. I'm off the next 2 days from work. I will watch it, and I will let
Fine.
you know.
Find it. If you can find it, I will personally give you access to my home network to be able to watch it. I know I have it around here somewhere.
I can get me a copy of it. I
Yes,
actually know
like
somebody who has a copy.
it's not about the storyline of the movie for Pan's Labyrinth. It's oh my god,
It's the visuals. Granted,
it's
I've
the
seen
visuals. The
I've seen-
visuals.
I've seen some of the visuals, and it's just phenomenal.
It's more than phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's
More.
phenomenal.
And I think I might enjoy it because it was done by Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And you know how Guillermo del Toro is. Like he likes to do a lot of visual stuff. He doesn't rely too much on special effects. This movie used as little special effects as it could have, and just the videography is fantastic.
One
My
thing
goodness.
is,
That's
speaking of director, Guillermo del Toro,
Say his name one more time.
Guillermo del Toro.
No, the first time Guillermo del Toro.
Shut up.
I'm not even gonna try.
Guillermo del Toro. Toro.
Am
Don't
I right?
forget to add Toro at the end.
Toro.
Am I right?
Okay.
Back on topic. Pacific Rim.
Oh, that's a great movie.
He's working on a sequel.
Oh no way! Really?
Yeah.
I like the first one.
Now, with watching Pacific Rim, watching
Pacific
Pacific
Rim?
Rim,
Pacific Rim.
I don't know how to English.
Scar. 24 years in the past.
I don't know how to English. Watching that movie, and I realized, okay, look how that does. Where's a live action Voltron movie?
Not gonna happen.
Shut up. Give
Oh.
me this movie. We've had Transformers.
Ugh.
Which was hit and miss.
Redo.
Okay, okay, now we're talking about Transformers. Did you hear what Paramount's going to be doing?
No.
They're taking their cue from Disney with the Marvel franchise.
So they're gonna make a trans universe. That sounds good.
A Transformers theatrical universe.
Well, didn't they kind of already had that with the first 4 Transformers? It just wasn't an actual universe. It was just 4 movies tied together, kind of spitballed together.
Well, I would say the fourth one isn't really connected to the third one.
Well, in a sense, it is because Transformers are now being hunted for.
We're gonna hunt them and skin them.
Tell you what, all
That's-
this damage that happened to the world, it's because of those dang dong Megatrons. They're all Megatrons. Let's just hunt them and skin them.
But I will say, Kelsey Grammer in that movie, I hated him. He was not a likable character.
Oh, you hated the character, or you hated him?
No,
as
his
the-
character. I loved him as Beast in the X-Men movie.
Oh
Oh,
God,
yeah.
me too.
Yeah, fantastic.
Oh,
That's
sad,
my word
Papa?
for the day. Fantastic.
sad news.
Fantastic.
Wait,
Sad-
wait,
I have
wait.
some sad news.
wait. Before you
Right.
say your sad news, may I say my sad news?
Go ahead.
So you know how we've been talking about live action stuff, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember back about a few weeks ago how there were rumors about The Legend of Zelda,
Yeah.
Netflix.
I know where you're going with this.
It's not gonna happen.
It was a hoax.
It was a hoax.
Oh.
And the same people, who was it? It was the Wall Street Journal that actually reported on it initially, saying it's gonna happen. They interviewed with someone from Nintendo that said it's not gonna happen. Well, he didn't necessarily say it's not gonna happen. He said that it's not being planned at this moment, but they are planning on expanding the Link universe, the Zelda universe.
Now, okay, they say that. Look what happened when the Deadpool trailer, the footage got released. Oh, we don't know how this Link. We're not doing anything. 3 weeks later, Deadpool movie begins production.
Yeah, if anything, it might be in production. So, what was your bad news, Geek? Sean?
Hugh Jackman posted on Instagram a picture of him in just as Wolverine with the claws up. Says, "One last time."
No.
He's doing Wolverine one more time, and that's it.
He said that he never wants to give up being
No, I
Wolverine.
thought he would do it forever.
Yeah.
I just saw the report, and it said that it's his last time doing Wolverine, and I'm like, no.
Well, you know what? I keep saying fantastic, but it's because I genuinely mean it. He was a great Wolverine. I can't imagine someone replacing him.
No, I was just gonna say that too.
Same goes for Robert Downey Jr. Or
Yes.
or as some other people like to say, Anthony Stark. Anthony Stark is a great Robert Downey Jr.
Well, Tony Stark. Anthony Stark
Anthony.
was the dad.
They're both Anthony Stark.
No, here's the thing.
His dad was Howard Stark.
Yeah, Howard Stark.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Here's the thing about
I
Robert
quit.
Downey. Here's the thing about. Well, I've already got your placement, so shut up.
I knew it.
Here's the thing. It's not Robert Downey Jr. playing Tony Stark anymore. It's Tony Stark playing Robert Downey Jr.
Exactly.
He embraced the role. I mean, I'm like, but then you realize in the comics how Tony Stark is a womanizer, an alcoholic.
And that's why he's dating Pepper Potts in this universe.
Yeah, and and then you realize what Robert Downey Jr. went through.
Yeah.
I'm like,
He
it's
was-
perfect. You know what
Yeah.
he said? He said Burger King saved his life.
What?
Burger
When did he
King.
say that?
It was
Fact check
look it up. He said in an interview. He said, "I was so stoned and so drunk, I went to Burger King and got food, and I took a bite of it. And he said this was the worst tasting stuff I had ever eaten. He drove to, I think it was a bridge or somewhere where there was water, and he threw all his drugs into the water." Granted, there's now a fish out there looking for a drug dealer. I need a hit, man! I need a hit!
Yo, you can't be doing that stuff here, man. We got family here.
Shawarma saved him.
Shawarma. I've actually tried shawarma.
Oh, there's this place just down the street from my place. They do shawarma. Shawarma. Fantastic.
Okay,
You want
guys.
to go for shawarma after this? We can do shawarma after this.
I'm going to tell you. Over the weekend I did the
Drugs.
quintessential nerdy thing.
What did you do?
What
I-
to do?
I went to this place called Crazy Horse. It's a pub restaurant.
A bub restaurant.
A pub
It's for those Canadians who think that they're Wolverine, but they're not.
And they had this burger called the Luther Burger.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It is a bacon cheeseburger served on glazed donuts.
And it weighs 7 pounds. Actually, that last part isn't true.
No, that's how much weight you gain by taking one bite.
No, that's 10 pounds.
I actually ate the glazed donut bacon cheeseburger, and it was delicious.
You're going to make me throw up.
The whole thing?
I ate the entire thing.
Hey.
If you look on my Facebook, you can see a picture of it.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look.
I've been telling people about this, like, oh god, that sounds horrible. I want one. It's like that picture I shared of the pizza fries. Looks horrible, looks fattening, but you want to eat it.
God damn it.
The stuff we put in our bodies nowadays.
Yep.
I say this as I'm drinking a Dr. Pepper.
I love Dr. Pepper.
There's nothing wrong with Dr. Pepper, especially when you put Crown Royal in it.
Oh yeah. Now you're talking. You just caught my attention.
Hey, I've also found out if you can get like vanilla flavored soft drinks,
Oh, there it is.
and you mix vodka in it.
No, don't even go
Wait,
for straight vodka.
Wait. Now here's the thing: if you put regular straight vodka in a vanilla flavored drink, it makes it taste like a cream soda.
Now here's what you do: you take that vanilla flavored soda, vanilla flavored soda. I'm drunk. I am a drunk woman.
I'm not a woman. I'm a man.
Man.
She's the woman.
Hey man, why did the baton? I don't even know what I'm doing there. just throw that into blooper somewhere. No, you take your vanilla flavored soft drink, soda pop. You get Miracle Whipped vodka, which is whipped vodka. It tastes like whipped cream. You mix. You have a root beer float, or you have a Coke float with ice cream, or you can do the same thing with root beer, and it tastes just like a root beer float. It is deadly.
Now, viewers,
because it's one part. It's like 3 parts soda to 1 part vodka.
Okay, viewers and listening of this show that are under 21, please do not try this at home.
Yes, because I am a terrible drunk. I will drink all the drinks.
And I also say this: don't drink and drive. And if you have to drink and drive really fast and don't spill your beer.
No.
We do not condone drinking and driving. Be responsible.
Be responsible.
You get the one friend that doesn't drink and get him as your designated driver.
Well, that's me.
No, you want to go out later? Well, drink it up.
No,
well, I'll drink it up, and you'll just take me home.
Yeah, I'll
just drive.
drive.
Yeah.
What you do is if you're the designated driver and you got one friend that's really, really drunk, drop him off at his boss's house and then drive off.
No. Here's one thing I've done with friends who've been really drunk. Tell them, hey dude, can I borrow your pants? You gotta stay in there. Oh yeah, man. You got his phone, you got his keys, you got his wallet. He ain't going anywhere. You have to prevent drunk texts and drunk phone calls. Baby, I love you. I want you back. You gotta prevent drunk driving.
But I'm married.
And you have to prevent drunk spending.
Yes.
I have been victim of drunk spending. I have dropped $100 on Magic cards when I didn't want to drop $100 on Magic cards.
Now, I have one of the best drunk stories that I got so drunk that I woke up naked on the roof of a friend's house. It was a 2-story house, no ladder to be seen, and my clothes were folded neatly on the front porch. To this day,
normal for you?
That was when I was young and dumb.
It's like the pineapple episode.
No, that was 3 weeks ago.
It's like the pineapple episode from How I Met Your Mother. How he got there, we don't know.
It's just there.
Je ne sais quoi.
How did you get down, Sean?
How do I get what?
How did you get down?
They got a ladder.
Oh.
I'm like...
They had mercy on.
They got a ladder after 30 minutes of them laughing their asses off. Because they don't even know how I got up there.
My question is, how did you pee?
Off the side. I off the side. I stood up.
Come on, use the gutters.
Don't be a woman, be a man, man.
Writing my name in the ground.
Yeah. Actually, I would do that if I'm on a 2-story building.
Dot the I with my
I'd be like,
puke.
all right, let's see if I can spell my name. A. Damn it, that looks like a P. Oh well.
It is P.
L. Squiggly line, T. Shit, how am I gonna do the dots?
What they did, luckily, they got my clothes, put it in a bag, tied the bag closed, and threw it up to the port on the top of the roof. So I was able to put my clothes on. They got the ladder and I climbed down because I really didn't want to climb down a ladder naked.
And all was fine and dandy until the Fire Nation attacked.
I wonder if Google Earth captured this.
I'll tell you his address.
I'm not telling.
I know your address. I have the text messages.
Yeah, because...
Oh, just for everyone to know, I ordered Sean very, very nice pizza one day when he was low and down on his birthday.
Aww.
And he did not reciprocate the action for me.
What the hell, Sean?
Because I didn't have money on in his birthday?
Actually, my birthday's in October. Don't worry about it, bro.
I'm going to get you something for your birthday.
Oh, don't worry about it. Just you know what? Just.
If the guys show up wearing the plastic aprons and the rubber gloves, they're here for you.
Son of a bitch.
If they come in and start putting plastic down on your floor, enjoy.
You know what? I was watching Horrible Bosses the other day for the first time. What was it? What?
I've never seen that movie.
Oh my god, it's so great. There's a scene where they're trying to find a hitman, right? And and one of the guys, he's an actor that also comes out in who's that girl? It's Jess. Well, it's one of the guys from there. Well, basically, he finds an ad on Craigslist that says wet work, and he thought that it was hitman work. Well, the guy shows up to a hotel room, and he's dressed in a suit. He's got a very nice car. He goes upstairs, just like, "Are you so and so?" "Yeah, I am." "Okay, let's begin. You have the money?" "I have the money. Here's the money. It's in the suitcase. All right, let's get started." Turns around, opens up his suitcase, brings out a black bag, and they're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! What are you doing?" "We don't want to get a stain." "We're not doing this here. We don't want to kill someone here." He's like, "What do you mean kill?" And they're like, "Oh, well, aren't you a hitman?" He's like, "No. What do you think my ad was about?" "Well, What Works, we thought that was clue for hitman." He's like, "No, What Works is clue for me pissing on guys." What do you think my ad was in Men Looking for Men? And they're like, "Oh, well, we're men looking for men, but we're looking for a hitman usually." At that point it got a little weird, but that's basically what it was about. And he's like, no, and he leans over and he's like, "Do you have a restroom? Because I drank 4 gallons of water for this."
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I need to see this movie just for that scene.
It's pretty good. There's a plot twist.
That scene's over. I'm done.
No, there's a very interesting plot twist that'll also get you hooked. It's pretty funny.
Is
It's a
it
good movie.
that you finally came out of the closet?
No.
Oh, fair warning. Me and Alan insult each other a lot.
I noticed.
It's because he loves me and he doesn't want to admit it.
Well, of course.
No.
Just admit it, Sean.
9!
He also likes to think that he's German because he likes to, defecate on people. People's dreams.
That's the Germans for you. I have seen some of the German stuff. And I'm like, what's been seen cannot be unseen.
Oh, speaking of which, Candice, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Does Barry Manilow know you rate his wardrobe?
This is who?
Barry Manilow know you rate his wardrobe?
Why?
No reason. No, actually, no, serious question. Are you a subscriber to Loot Crate?
No.
No.
I keep trying to get it so she can sign up under my name, but she won't do it.
I don't recall this conversation.
So you don't see all those pictures I post? Oh, look what I got in my loot crate today.
Oh, that's what you're doing. You're badgering her. Now, the reason I asked is because this month's loot crate came out. It was top secret, and it was
Covert stuff.
covert, and it's pretty awesome. There's the inside of the box is this computer that I can't figure out the encrypted login name.
Me neither.
I've tried Nigel Thornberry. I mean, on one side you have the Konami code up, down, left, right, BA, enter, but I just, I don't know what it is.
I've been trying to figure.
My co-host for my other podcast, he gets those and does the unboxings on the video now and all that stuff. I just can't. I did sign up for the Kitnip box for cats. It's basically the same thing, but you get toys and stuff for your cats. And I can barely afford that, so that's all I got.
Yeah.
I also do the Dollar Shave Club.
Oh, so do I.
I will say that saves me a lot of money.
I haven't shaved recently, so I need to.
When a pack of 4-blade razors costs like almost $30, it's time to reevaluate your decision makings in life.
Yeah.
Yep. It's time to reevaluate your decisions.
Who that?
Who that?
Do that.
Oh.
I thought you said you wanted to fly.
Iggy Azalea. She's an interesting bird. Alright. Caw.
I think that's a cue. So thank you for listening into the Geek Talk.
No, we still got one more thing we gotta discuss.
Oh, do we? Oh,
Yeah.
I heard caca, and I thought, oh, that's Q. I'm sorry.
That's a cute.
Well, now it is. Thanks, guys.
No, the last thing I want to talk about is something that everybody's calling controversial and, ooh, it's evil, and trigger warnings and stuff like that, and that is the latest issue of Batgirl, which shows the Joker with his arm around Batgirl, drawing a smile on her face with something red that could be either blood or paint, and he's holding a gun. And they're saying, a lot of people are saying, well, that's showing rape. Now, I really been staying away from this, but I feel like I need to voice my opinion on this thing, on this topic. Being that all three of us are huge Batman fans. Am I right?
Woo.
Where is he?
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. Oh, you don't know this. My son can say he's Batman.
Sweet.
We'll talk about that after the show.
We know how the Joker is. We know the personality of the Joker. Even when the Joker has been toned down for television, he's still evil. Look at Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
This show was for kids, but he was still doing sadistic things.
That's sadistic? No, that's psycho.
He made a toxin that made everybody laugh themselves to death.
Yep. I remember that episode.
Now, when I saw the cover, I'm like, that's typical Joker. That's something the Joker would do. That's in his personality. But a lot of people saying, oh, that's anti-women or anti-woman. That's showing rape culture. And this is why I'm glad Candice is here, because I want to get a woman's opinion on this.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready. What do you think? Let me get you an image of that cover.
I got it right here. What the hell just happened? Hold up. No, what was this? Where is it? There you go. It's a really long link. That is the entire search thing. Click on the first one. Oh my god. I just want for everyone to know that there's a joke version of this cover. Solomon Grundy holding Superman doing
That's
the
not
exact
Solomon
same
Grundy.
thing. Is that Solomon Grundy? Who is
That's
that?
Doomsday.
Doomsday. I'm sorry. That's not Doomsday.
That's Doomsday.
That is. Is that Doomsday?
Yes, that's Doomsday.
When the hell did they give Doomsday long hair? I thought that was Solomon Grundy.
No, Doomsday always had long hair. It just was pulled back.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I see it.
Okay,
Yeah.
Candice, what do you think of this cover?
He's holding a gun in one hand.
This is the one I saw before. Okay. When I first saw this, I just thought it was Joker being Joker, and I felt bad for Batgirl, and I also like the art. That is what I didn't think anything else of it, rape or anything. No, that's what I saw.
The way I see it,
Joker.
yeah, it's typical Joker.
Bad hands.
For those of you who don't know, Joker is in the series to make anyone who associates with the Batman question their integrity. He is meant to break them. And that is the intention of that cover. And
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. It's just that's it. There's no hidden message. There's no this is a womanizing. No, it's Joker being a super psychotic man. He is a super psycho.
And that's the thing with the Joker. There's only one person who can handle him, and that's Batman. And even after they're done with their fight, the emotional and the physical toll it takes on Batman is phenomenal, and the Joker just brushes it off. The Joker is that psychotic that nothing phases him.
He will take every punch. He will have every limb broken, but somehow he will still stand up and turn around and say, "Is that all you got?"
And I've been theorizing this. If Batman was to die in the universe, I mean, no more Batman.
Just full death like before, where he disappears and gets thrown back into time?
Yeah, I mean, fully
dead. Where Dick Grayson takes... Okay, fully dead, okay.
Fully dead. Not even where Dick Grayson takes over. And even the Joker, when he met up with Dick playing Batman, being Batman, he said, "You're not my Batman."
Yeah, he knows.
He knows Batman.
It's kind of a terrible thing to say, but they're each other's soulmates.
And here's the thing. At one time, if I remember right, in the comic, the Joker hinted that he knew Batman's secret identity.
Yeah.
But he said he would never tell, because that's his secret.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, if they said Bruce Wayne has died, I honestly think the Joker would either disappear or commit suicide.
He wouldn't commit suicide. He knows that. He's that level of psychotic that he understands exactly what happens. And I've actually talked about this with other, Batman fanatics that I know, and I think I've also talked to you about it, Sean. If the Joker only exists because of Batman, Batman exists for everyone and the Joker. If the Batman dies, the Joker disappears. He doesn't commit suicide. He disappears and continues his everyday normal life. If he ever had a normal life.
Yeah.
Because that's the Joker's only actual meaning, is to break Batman. Now, referring back to the movie with the most recent movie, The Dark Knight, think about exactly how the Joker was. That is a true interpretation of the Joker. Mind you, there was a whole bunch of faint, flaring glitter here and there, but that's exactly how the Joker is.
Yeah, and it's like Jack Nicholson contacted Heath Ledger and told him to turn down that role. Yeah,
it's an intense role. I mean, if I were an actor and I was, told, we want to cast you for the role of Joker. No. No, I'm not doing it.
It's like everybody made the statement, and I think it's true.
Yeah.
If Heath Ledger was still alive, bring him back as the Joker. And if you want Harley Quinn, and if she was still alive, Brittany Murphy as Harley Quinn.
Yes.
I mean, I would give anything just to hear her go Mr. J or Puddin'.
Ooh, I got chills.
I think one of my
mystifying.
It's like that game Injustice: Gods Among Us, when you have the Joker of the art, what we would consider our world Joker, ends up into the alternate universe and finds Harley. It beats the crap out of her. to make it realize that he is the Joker. They walk off. They're walking off arm in arm, and she's going puddin, 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 puddin.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that was I think that was Tara Strong doing the voice.
Well, going back to the actual cover,
Mm-hmm.
and to everyone else, whoever's complaining about this, they clearly don't know. They don't know exactly how the Joker is. I mean, yes, Batgirl, the Batgirl comic series is women empowering, but the Joker is meant to break all of that. He's meant to break everything.
I can kind of see what the controversy would be, but I look at it and I really don't know the whole Batman universe stuff. I really don't. Joker's always been my favorite villain.
Oh, he's
Batman,
fantastic.
But I just see the fear. Like, she's in his hands and she's just
Crying.
like,
Terrified.
she's gonna die or she's broken. You know.
Yeah.
It's like if
they're taunting with her, and he kind of looks like Jack Nicholson though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, a
Big
bit.
Cat and
No, it's those lips.
It's the
smile.
smile.
Yeah, the grin. Yeah.
It's the smile.
Smile.
And here's the thing: if the Joker, as in the Joker personality in the comics, was a real life person, and you're actually in a building and he shows up, there's only one of two outcomes: you're gonna die, or you're gonna die horribly.
It's three options. You're gonna die horribly, or he's gonna break you to where you wish you would have died.
And that's because but he's also very charismatic.
Yep.
Look what he did to Harley. She was a psychologist who was trained to be able to work past people's problems to help them. But he took his personality and corrupted her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how good he is. Everybody's like, he's a crazy psychotic. No, he is a super intelligent person.
Yeah.
That's why he and Batman are the two halves of the same coin. And if you think about it, the Joker is the dark side. I mean, clowns are supposed to be jovial, fun, kid-friendly, but not this one. And you look at the Batman, dressing to look like a demon almost. Dark, foreboding, but he does things for good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the weird thing. And, I mean, there's also that universe where Bruce dies, Thomas Wayne becomes Batman, and his wife becomes the Joker.
What?
Yeah, there's a one-shot comic where that actually happens.
It's a good thing it was a one-shot comic. Because that wouldn't have worked at all.
So on that note, I think we have come to the end of this is episode 5, isn't it?
It is episode 5. My goodness.
Episode 5 of the Geek Talk podcast. So I'm going to put a few things out there to our listeners. Let us know what you think of this Batman cover. I want to get everybody's opinions, because the artist was supposedly even getting death threats.
Wow.
And I talked to a friend of mine. He says, if you're getting death threats for a piece of art, you've done something right.
Yep.
I'd be scared, though.
I know. And supposedly that's one of the main reasons they pulled it. So I want to know everybody's opinion on their opinions on that cover. Tell me what you think. Do you think DC should have let it get published? Do you think they should have pulled it?
I think DC should have let it published.
And it was a variant cover, which said it was going to be like 1 out of every 50.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So not everybody was going to have a copy of the cover.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and get the best version online and just get it printed, put it up on my wall. It's great. it's fantastic art. Like Ken just said, it's fan-fucking-tastic.
And that's the thing about comics. They're art forms.
Mm-hmm.
And LeVar Burton said, if your kids like superheroes, buy them a comic book.
Yes. I know for a fact that when Eros, my son, when he gets old enough, I'm going to take him to a comic book store and tell him, this is what I grew up with. Now it is your turn. And I'm going to let him pick one comic a week. We'll go once a week. He'll pick one comic, and I will buy it for him. And then once he gets old enough to where comics, at one point everything's going to start phasing out to digital. I subscribe to Marvel Unlimited. So I'm going to give him my access, and I'm just gonna let him read.
Oh,
That's what I do
oh,
every now and then. Just I've already pushed past that ugly Spider-Man One More Day series.
yeah, he finally
Friggin' hated it.
He finally read the One More Day storyline in Spider-Man.
No.
He said, "Candy, do you know what the One More Day storyline is?"
I do not.
Aunt May gets killed.
Let me explain it. Yeah, Aunt May gets killed with Kingpin trying to kill Peter Parker. This is after Civil War, and well, Peter blames himself. He puts on the black Spider-Man suit again for about 5 comics, and he goes off to find out exactly who hired the hitman, who the hitman was. Finally, he finds a Kingpin. He beats him to a pulp in front of every prisoner in the prison. He says, "I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to show them how a man this powerful can become so low." He leaves. And after that is the One More Day, the 4 comics that brought 4 different Spider-Man universes together under one. It's Amazing Spider-Man, Fantastic Spider-Man, Spider-Man, and another one I can't remember. But they spread those 4 across all of them, and they basically make a deal with the devil. And I honestly think that they should have left Aunt May dead. Because, it's kind of a transition. In order for Peter to grow more, Aunt May has to die. And that's my personal opinion. You know what? You can give me all the backlash and hate you want. I love Aunt May. I wish I had an aunt like Aunt May. She's fantastic, but I mean, the sacrifice was, in order for Aunt May to come back and live, I will take this undying love for both of you away. And, it's a whole, the devil and God thing going on there. Where
he gave up 1 day of his life.
Yeah.
And it just happened to be the day he got married.
Yeah. Where their love would never come together.
Aww.
Where Mary Jane and Peter Parker would never get married.
But
And
guess what? I read somewhere that they're retconning it.
yeah.
But
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the one thing that really hit me, that hit me in the soft squiggly spooch, was where soft squiggly spooch.
Yes.
I am a big fan of Jonan Vasquez, squiggly spooch included. But the one thing that really got me was where Mary Jane turns around and says, "They'll never take away our love. We'll always find each other." And oh my god.
The feels.
The feels!
Right there.
The squiggly feels in the spoochy area of my inner core with the 5 hearts and the 4 intestinal cords.
Well, with me, the one issue that got me bawling like a baby.
Oh, like a baby.
Like a baby. I mean tears. I mean full-blown tears streaming down my face. Was the funeral for Peter Parker in Ultimate.
Oh my god.
And I was fine. I'm getting through it till they got these 2 pages. And these 2 pages reduced me to tears.
Oh no.
It's Aunt May, Mary Jane, and Tony Stark walking into the church. And, Aunt May, she's trying to be brave. And you see this little girl in the crowd, and she goes, "Excuse me, are you Spider-Man's mommy?" She goes, "No, I'm his aunt." She goes, "But you made his breakfast and his waffles and that, right?" She goes, "Yes." And then they show the girl in the front, and she's got some burns on her face. She goes, "Do you know if Spider-Man, do you know he helped me stay alive? He saved me. If it wasn't for him, I'd be dead." And and Aunt May, smiles. And then it gets me when the little girl just reaches up her hand and goes, "Do you need a hug?" I'm like, damn you, Bendis!
Damn you, Sean!
It was so emotional, and I'm like, oh god, this is beautiful writing. I mean, and then you have the instance when they're in the church, and Steve Rogers goes up to, gives his condolences to Aunt May. And the one thing that caused Parker's death is that he took a bullet for Captain America. And he goes, Aunt May Watson, or May Parker, I am Steve Rogers. And she slaps him. And she goes, it's because of you he's dead. He put on that suit to prove himself to you. And you told him he wasn't good enough to be in your group.
Ouch.
Oh my god.
And, you know, Mary Jane is like, you know who that is? And she goes, I don't care. And then she runs out of the church. She collapses in front of the church steps, crying. And then all of a sudden he goes, Miss Parker, my name is J. Jonah Jameson, and I want to tell you how much of a man your nephew was, and how proud I am to have known him. And coming from J. Jonah Jameson, who's saying Spider-Man is a villain and he's
a menace.
He's a menace. But then he realized who Parker was and what he was doing, and realized that this man took New York on his shoulders. And it was an emotional book.
I'm gonna need the comic number for that so I can find it.
I don't remember the number.
God damn you! You'll be crying here, man.
You need to find it. You need to find it. It's.
I will. I will. Ultimate Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't read the Ultimate series yet.
You need to read before how he dies, because Parker goes out like a true hero.
Oh.
It's though he just dies in Aunt May's arms. And he looks up at her and goes, "You're safe now," and he goes. I'm like, but on that sad, depressing note, we're going to call this the actual end of the Geek Talk podcast. Please, like I said, let us know what you think. Give us some ideas. Tell us what you think of our new co-host, who was almost quiet this entire time.
Sorry.
For shame.
You're nervous, your first show, huh?
No, I'm not really nervous. I do this on my show too. I say my point and then that's it. I don't want to interrupt people, so I let you guys go.
You know what? Next
You're
time,
allowed to interrupt.
You know, on our sixth podcast, I have an idea what we need to do.
What?
We're going to play Cards Against Humanity.
I wish we could. No, but no, Candice doesn't drink, so we can't do that.
Nope.
Well, there goes that idea.
Sorry.
I wasn't gonna say she should drink. I was gonna say we should get together after this and talk, chill out for a bit.
All right, all right, folks. But like I said, let us know what you think. Let us know what you think on some of the topics we discussed. We would like to hear your opinions on what's going on in Indiana and the Batman cover.
Yes, definitely.
Let us know. Give us some feedback. And you know what? Some of the best comments that we get, we'll read live on the show.
Oh yeah.
We want audience participation.
Yes, you get props.
You get props. You'll probably become our fan of the month.
Yes. We have a fan of the month? Oh my god.
Which will get you the Internet No Prize.
Internet No Prize. That almost went over my head, but I was too quick and I caught it.
Drax. But yep. For Candice and Alan, I have been your host, Sean. Thank you for listening to the Geek Talk podcast. Later.
Ooh, wait. Don't forget to listen to Candice on whatever she does.
Oh yeah, Candice, what's your other podcast? So
You're terrible, man. Self-promotion. Come on.
This is ridiculous.
What?
It's.
I'll give you.
Are you done?
Yes.
It's called Super Epic Podcast Theater. Woohoo! Charles and I co-host, so
I might subscribe. And for those of you who don't know, I am a huge security nerd, especially in IT. You can find me and another friend of mine curating a blog called techmexbros.com. Go ahead, check it out. There will be a link in the description down below.
All right, guys, we will see you next time on the Geek Talk podcast. So just remember, the Geek Talk podcast, the home of everything geeky and good. Later.